Hey patrons, welcome to another bonus video. So first, I definitely need to apologize for this video being so late. I just got back from New York and I thought I was gonna have some time there to work on this video, but it ended up being quite a busy trip. So anyways, let's jump into the month of September. It was a pretty exciting month because we had two big trips. So initially, I didn't really film much because the beginning of September was just getting ready to be gone for about 3 weeks. And then our first trip was to Vancouver, and I was so happy to leave because it actually started snowing right before we left. We first stayed a night in the mountains in this cool solar-powered cabin, and it was such a beautiful escape into the forest. Then we went to our friend's place, which is a couple hours outside of Vancouver, and they have a beautiful property, and it was just really nice to see friends of ours that we haven't seen in years. We did some hiking and got to meet their friends' horses. Then it was time to go to Vancouver. I had to go to the Granville Island Market, and we ate at some of our favorite places. I didn't film it, but I also went to Maiwa, which is a natural dye store, and I picked up these two what are called earth pigments. Now, I've never tried these before. I'm super excited to play around with them. Basically, they're like a paint that you can use to paint on fabric, and these are all mineral and clay-based pigments, and you need soy to help bind them to the fabric, so you actually mix up like a fresh soy milk, which you mix with these, and you mordant the fabric with soy milk, and you can paint on designs. So I'm super excited to play around with these a bit, try them out, see how they work. I'm hoping to do a lot of natural dyeing this winter, so I thought this would be a nice little addition and something new to try. I also checked out the soap dispensary, which was a tiny little zero-waste shop when we lived there, and now is huge, which is really incredible to see. I didn't film a lot in Vancouver since we were mainly there to just spend time and hang out with friends, and also to attend a wedding, which I tested out renting a dress for. The wedding was amazing, and the dress rental process was pretty easy. I was a little worried about the delivery though, because of course I had to make sure that I got it on the day, but it ended up working out. The wedding was beautiful, and it was so nice to see our friends after years away. And then after the wedding was over, I just packed up the dress and shipped it back. Then it was time to drive back. We had one day to do all our laundry and repack, and then we were off to New York City. So I just had kind of a weird experience. I was walking across the Brooklyn Bridge, which obviously is a popular place that a lot of people take photos at, and there was all these like Instagram model girls taking photos. And something I realized is all of these girls look the same. And it kind of freaked me out because they do the same poses with the same hairstyles. A lot of them had exactly the same outfits, like were wearing fitted tops tucked into mini skirts. Like 5 of them had specifically leopard print mini skirts with ankle boots. And I was just wondering, like, is this what Instagram has kind of come to, where people are just doing the exact same photos in the same places with the same outfits and the same everything? And it was just like really weird and kind of sad to see, because I don't know, it just really made me realize that maybe there's not a whole lot of creativity that goes into it. Not saying that like my Instagram content is amazingly creative or anything like that, but it was just a weird experience to like see one after another of the same. In New York, I really wanted to check out some of the sustainable fashion brands and stores. So I just finished up having brunch with a lovely blogger that I know from Germany who's actually studying here. And now I'm on the way to check out a few stores in Soho. So I want to check out Reformation. There's also an Eileen Fisher store and Suyana, which is like a really high quality kind of, I would say more of maybe a luxury sustainable slow fashion brand. So I'm gonna go check those out. So I just went to Suyana, which is a store that really focuses on quality pieces and buying pieces that last. And it was so fancy, it was really intimidating. I didn't want to film in there because, yeah, the staff and everything was just, I don't know, it felt like I was in some kind of super designer brand thing. And they are a really big designer brand, but it was just really intimidating, so I didn't film in there. Okay, so I just got out of Reformation and it was pretty interesting. They had a mix of like vintage and reworked pieces with their regular collection, which I thought was really cool. But something that I noticed is that they didn't have a lot of dead stock fabric. And I always think of Reformation as a company that uses a lot of dead stock, but I haven't been following them a lot recently, and it seems like they're using a lot of new materials, specifically viscose. I mean, dead stock is still new materials, but I don't know, I just was a little confused by if they're still using dead stock or not, because it didn't really seem like it. But it was really cool to see that they have a mix of secondhand and reworked pieces with their regular collection. So I just got back from the Eileen Fisher store, and this is my new cardigan. I have been looking for some kind of cardigan for my fall and winter capsule wardrobe, and I thought very long and hard about this color. I initially was gonna go with something gray, but I have so much gray and black and neutrals in my wardrobe that I did want something with a bit of color, but that was still kind of neutral and would go with a lot of things. And I think this color in particular goes really nicely with blue, which I have a lot of in my wardrobe. So I went through all of my pieces in my capsule wardrobe basically, because I've got photos of them all on my computer, and to check and make sure this color would go with everything that I would want to wear it with. And yeah, so I ended up getting it. I think it fits really nicely, and it is so soft and comfortable. I actually can't believe how soft it is. They say that it's made from, I don't know if you can read that, like organic cotton fluff. So it's a very fluffy organic cotton, and it just feels lovely. And the softness was what really kind of, in the end, convinced me to get it, because this is quite pricey. It's probably the most expensive piece that I own, I think. It was $268 US. So probably about 300 Canadian, maybe even a little bit more, which is a lot to spend on a piece. It's why I have never purchased Eileen Fisher before, because the price point is pretty high, but I think this is just such a beautiful piece. I know it's an item I'm gonna get a ton of wear from. And I also decided that the other boots that I'm gonna get, I'm gonna try to find secondhand to sort of offset the cost of this cardigan. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with it. It's definitely quite a bit to be spending, but I'm sure that I'm gonna get a ton of wear out of this, especially now that I'm in Canada where it's a lot colder. I also checked out some vintage shops. And probably the highlight of the trip was touring the Eileen Fisher Tiny Factory, where they make their Renew collection, and I decided to do a video about it, so you will see more about that, but here's a little sneak peek. They collect used garments, sort them, and anything that can't be resold, they will try to create new styles with. I also got to visit Fab Scraps, which collects pre-production waste from local brands for recycling. And it was unbelievable the amount of stuff they get. And this is all from pre-production, so sampling, a lot of this is textile swatches. Anything that's larger than 1 meter, they sell to sewers, design students, or small fashion brands, and everything else gets shredded. And again, there will be more about this in the video. I also got to meet with some of the owners of some sustainable brands that I really like, and it was so nice to be able to chat with them. And I also learned about the challenges of filming in noisy New York.
This is gonna change your life.
This is new for me too. I've never filmed with like so many things happening around.
Yeah, I guess it's a good learning experience, right?
I can't wait to share more with you guys in the video. It was really such an inspiring trip to meet like-minded people and also see these brands who really believe in change and talk to other bloggers who have similar challenges and experiences and lots of things that we can relate to, because like I've said before, I'm sure in my personal life I don't have a ton of people who are interested in these things. So it's so nice to be able to connect with other people that are also really interested and passionate about these topics. Anyways, I'm back. I am getting back into the regular, I guess, routine of things. I don't really have much of a routine, but as much as I can, I'm trying to get back on schedule, get back into everything, because really I was away for over 3 weeks, I think, total, with Vancouver and New York. So it's October, it's nice and fall-ish here. The weather today is nice, but it's been pretty cold, so I'm hoping that we actually get some nice weather. We are in the middle of Thanksgiving in Canada, so that's happening this weekend. And yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I can't wait to share more with you in the New York video, and I will see you at the end of next month. Bye!